There's the camera. There we go. Who's all about? So, who's just watched the Scotland game? Yeah, I thought I would do a live just for something a bit different. It's something I'm going to test. I thought I would do. Hi, James. Hi, Scott Michael. Yeah. So, the breaking news that has been tonight is Brendan Rodgers is getting announced on Monday. You could give Rodgers a lie detector. Yeah, there's been breaking news today that the Brendan Rodgers announcement is on Monday. I think what we can do and what we can take from the last couple of, well, the Daily Record and everybody are coming out and saying that it's definitely Monday. And I think what we can take from the lack of anything coming out of Celtic is that our owner has been doing all the talks with Brendan, by the looks of it, and that's one thing that it's probably the reason that there's not a lot of information coming out of Celtic, because if the talks are directly between Brendan and Dermot himself, there's not going to be a lot of leaks coming out of Celtic Park. And I think Brendan's basically, from what what I'm taking from the last week and the talks between Brendan and Dermot is the fact that I think when you look at it behind the scenes, I think Lawwell isn't one of the most favoured person, and Brendan's probably think the fact that Brendan pushed him out. Yeah, I know. What did the Daily Rangers know? There are quite a lot of other. Let me just double check. There is a lot of other publications. The Scotsman's now coming out with it as well. Scotsman. To do a couple of Celtic blogs have coming out with it as well. Celtics are here. They've come out with it. Celtic Report Monday. They've just put out a blog 15 minutes ago. So yeah, there are a lot of media platforms now going out with the fact that it will be Monday that Brendan Rodgers is there. But back to the whole thing, that I think what has happened is Brendan doesn't like Lawwell. It comes down to that. The fact that Brendan was he pushed out the door? I mean, we all know that Lawwell wanted the money, and Lawwell was like, look, you're going, and that's it. There's an interview. I don't know if I put it on YouTube. There's a video before, it was in 2020, about February 2020. I went to a night with Danny McGrain, and Danny was talking about the facts before Brendan went. And Danny, I think I did put it on YouTube. I'll double check. But Brendan, Danny McGrain asked Brendan at lunch. The two of them had lunch the day before, and he said, "Brendan, what the fuck's going on?" He says, "Are you going to go to Leicester?" And he's like, "No, it's not happening. It's not happening." And then he said, "The fucking bastard lied to me." He said, "Look, he lied." He says, "I think when the money was involved, the money that the Celtic were going to get, and when you look at the timeline, you've got to remember that Lennon had just been released by Hibs. So Lawwell's just looking at the pound signs. If you ask me, Lawwell's going to look at the pound signs and say, right, we're going to get 10 million. He knew that Brendan was probably wanting to go, and we had a placement. You know, Lennon was sitting there doing nothing. I think that's how we got Lennon in so quick. When you look at the way that it takes managers to get into Celtic these days, it's unbelievable how long it takes. But the fact that there's no information coming out at all this week, it's the first time I'm trying StreamYard, I'll just make sure it's okay. And the fact that there's been no information leaked at all. Hail, Michael. I think the fact that has to be the only reason behind it. The talks have taken place between Dermot and Brendan themselves, and he's wanted a lot of things put in the background to make sure that I think Lowell's nowhere near it. Anyway, have your say in the comments what he's been up to today. The announcement, it is all over. I'm going to double check. I'll just refresh this page. Mickey Johnson concerns anti-racial abuse. Brendan Rodgers set to announce to be confirmed. Scotsman, Celts are here. Daily Record, Football Scotland has now put out a blog with it as well. So yeah, there's a lot of blogs now coming out with the same information that Monday will be the day that it's all got to do. Yeah, I think what's been interesting in the fact that when Nicholson and the finance director went over to speak to Brendan, and it was then Dermot took everything in house. And that's probably the biggest reason that there's not been. I mean, if you look at Fabrizio Romano on Twitter, he has not said one thing about the Celtic manager. He has not had one thing. He's not to say about the incoming Celtic manager. Right, let me get to some of the comments. Let's show some of the comments. Anthony, just glad it's going to get done. It's been doing my head in. It's been doing everyone's head in, I think. Soapy. What you said, just get it done. Yeah, I think it is. It goes, Stuart. This is quite good, this StreamYard. I think I might start doing this on a weekly basis about the same time, about 7:00. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. And there's not really a lot of other news kicking about. I think at this time of year we would have been expecting a lot of transfer news, but I think even when I click on, let's see if there's any transfer news kicking. I'm not expecting any transfer news because as soon as Brendan comes in the door, football casts, never mind Kyogo. He's better. There's a few Spurs things kicking about. The Elyounoussi thing, would you take Elyounoussi? He's just been beaten by Scotland. So would you really take Elyounoussi after his performance today? Or what? The Scotland result, that was something unbelievable. To be 1-0 down with 3 minutes to go, did they just do a Celtic and win? And win. Stephen Payton, hell, let's go Brendan. Good day from Australia. Get that one up from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get as much of your comments. I want to try and make this as interactive as possible. Steve Main, there's a current one that obviously subscribes to the channel because you have to subscribe to the channel to actually get on this, which is quite funny. If we do that one, show. We don't need more. Yeah, I don't think we need. I don't know. I never watched the whole game. I just turned it on with 10 minutes to go. We only played 10 minutes. I never watched the whole game. I watched 10 minutes of the first half, and then I switched on about 10 minutes to go. And obviously Scotland were getting beat. I switched it off after I thought they were going to get beat, but then I kept it on in the background. Steve Main caught out. Surprise, never looked at Steve Clark this time. What about that defender? What about Hendry? Did we let Hendry go too young? What do you think about how did Hendry do tonight? Tell me in the comments what you think that Hendry did tonight, because I thought he's bringing Madison with him. Best man for the job, delighted. Says Grant Cunningham. How much will turn up for Paradise this time around? I don't think that Celtic are actually planning for people to turn up. I think what they're probably going to do is just announce something in the media, and then probably, I don't know. You don't know. Will people turn up? Are you planning, if you're watching this and if you're watching the replay, if you just put #replay, will you go to Celtic Park Monday night after work? Celtic are probably going to announce it around about lunchtime. You know what they're like. It will get released to the stock exchange first thing in the morning. Robertson, yeah. Andy Robertson, what a player he is, and he's Celtic daft. I think, would you go for Robertson? Could we steal him from Liverpool? Henry's been brilliant since he's left. Henry's come on leaps and bounds. I think he would sit in the back with Cameron Carter-Vickers, just quite the thing. Thanks for keeping us up to date. Enjoy your channel. Go get that one up as well. Hail, let's get it done Monday. How are we going to? No, I've not got that much money. I think we're going to be quite surprised this summer on how much money we get to spend. I think the chat before the last guy left was the fact that we were looking to spend in the region around about 30 million. I think that is, Brendan would never attain the job if he thought he wasn't going to get to spend decent money. And I think that 80 million for Robo, do you think so? I don't know. Never mind Hendry, we let Jens go. Moritz Jens, yeah, we let Moritz Jens go, and he's just went for 10 million. 10 million Moritz Jens has just been sold for. So, we let Moritz Jens go as well. Well, we only had him in loan, didn't we? But if you think that Hendry was good, is Moritz Jens better than Hendry? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. It's all about this. It's all about have your view. There's the Kaiser, 40 million for the transfer fund. We'll get that up, Kaiser. Yeah, let's make this as interactive as possible. So get your comments in, and the Fatcast tease it. Prodigal Sons. Retirement. Robo's off to Madrid. Yeah, he probably would be, actually. Robertson, Madrid are going to spend big money. I think they're a bit raging that Barcelona pipped him to the title. Let's go. Brendan is back. Is it time to get back excited? I can't even. We keep on going on about the fact that we got a bit upset that the manager left, right? We were all gutted. I mean, I spoke to guys that had been in meetings with Postecoglou. He tricked everyone, right? He tricked everybody. And there was guys that had a personal invitation that sit in the Celtic lounge just weeks before the end of the season And they were talking about next season, you know, and they were asking questions to the manager. They were asking questions. Bring back Tierney? I don't know if I'd bring back Tierney. How good did Tierney play tonight? Carmack did hee-haw tonight. Rodgers was fed up with the money, and the lack of it in 10 in a row failed was because of lack of everything. That all comes down to Soapy. I think that comes down to the way that Lawwell run the club at the time. I think we're a bit of a different beast now, especially the way that Nicholson's running the club. I know that Lawwell's there in the background, but realistically, I think Nicholson is running the show. What has been really impressive to me this week is if Lawwell was still in charge and if Lawwell was in Nicholson's position, I think there would have been a lot more leaks into the media. And we've heard nothing. You know, that there's been so much speculation, DJ Singy, one of your first ever subs. So you are Singy, you are, where you went to, where's that comment? Just go there, got that. Yeah, I think when you look back and the way that Lawwell used to do things, Lawwell had his little people that he would release stuff to, and they would then put it out there just to get the feel of the Celtic support. I think the way that this week's went, and I'm only surmising at this, but the fact that our owner sent them over to Spain, over at his wee island to meet him in Mallorca. I'm quite surprised that he's not been done. Santa Ponza giving it big licks. But before the ball was being kicked, it was hyper as fuck with Brendan Rodgers. Yes, we are Kaiser. We are getting a bit more. Look, it's going to be a fantastic season. Everybody's like, they think that they're going to do something this season. They're buying bit part players. They're picking up players for nothing. We're going to go out and spend serious money. We've got a squad of players that have already been there and done it. You know, and it's like, let's just get back to normal. Just get back to normal. Anyway, the fact that it's all over the internet now, it's over I'm going to look at the transfer news. Let's see. Unbelievable place, better suited to Spurs move. There's also the Spurs stuff are always kicking about. And Jota, Jesus, winger Jota has emerged as a Postecoglou target. That'd be, according to reports, footballfancast.com. That's just been released. It's going to be the thing that it all depends who leaves Celtic this summer. Celtic, there isn't going to be a wholesale. When is it meant to be announced? It's meant to be announced on Monday. The papers are all saying now, and there's lots of speculation saying that the deal was done. Dermot and Brendan have been in talks all week, and that's what's we've basically been holding things up. The fact that people in Celtic Park are basically kept out the loop. Anyway, time for a beer. So, zombie scalping season is back, says Angie. Yes, if there is another one. I think if Postecoglou thinks he's going to come in and get any Celtic players on the cheap, I think he'll be disappointed. He'll boy in Boston keep up the good work. It's brilliant. I'm not joking. See, when I look at the stats for this channel, it's unbelievable the amount of countries around the world where people watch Celtic from. It's actually unbelievable. Hill, Glasgow boy, Boston keep it up. Something today. Sevco's team. Mind Mo Johnson. It's not official. Mind Mo Johnson. I think it's a bit different days for them when the likes of Mo Johnson was paraded one day and then decided to jump ship. And if Ange takes Kyogo or Jota, how much would it be? Takes Jota or Hatate. I think you're looking at 20 million plus for Kyogo. Jota, I think you're probably looking around about the same. Hatate, it's got to be. You've got to be looking at, if they want to go take them down south, you know, it's got to be at least 20 million per player. Has to be. There are hoops all over the world. Yeah, when I go into the stats, that's what we're talking about. When I go into the stats and you see where people are watching the videos from, I mean, there's multiple locations in Australia, Japan, and some crazy little countries. I mean, even like Iran and stuff. It's absolutely nuts. Maida can leave. Yeah, Maida can leave. We could probably do a bit better. They're worth more than 20 million for it. You know, but I think that Celtic, the way that they'll do it, they'll sell them for, say, 20 million, and then that will rise to like 25 to 30 million on add-ons. I think that's the way that they'll probably do the deal. And I think the 20 million would probably be even the Taliban live sells. No way Hatate or Kogo will go for more than 15 million, says Lubo Larson. So it's a Saturday Night Live, and is it Saturday night? Yeah, I'm forgetting what day it is, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so I am probably going to do these lives, even folks. But what I will do is give you a little bit more notice so that we can get as many people on the lives as possible. So if you make sure, if you could jump onto YouTube, I haven't even been on YouTube to check it. It's obviously running okay because I'm just running it through StreamYard. The fuck did that come from? it's party time. Oh dear goodness me. Oh man, we should do this all at one time. Yeah, you should do it. This is when you find out if the zombies are actually what have I been drinking? No, nothing. I haven't drinking anything. The missus has just been blowing up balloons and started throwing them a bit in the background. It's too early to have a drink. I've got water here. Been drinking water. It's been absolutely boiling today. Anyway, well, no, there is a beer. I just got that before I came on, but it's just a wee one. It's Mau beer. So anyway, the Hun Fair for Brendan is near. That's a cracker. So you've been having. Yeah, so let's do these, and it's a good way that you can make sure that you can get a video out there, and the comments are just going to be all Celtic fans. If a zombie does get through, it means that he subscribes to the channel. So how long have we gone on? We've been on for about 16 minutes. So I'm probably going to do these Beach Ball Sunday. Straight body. No, it's not straight body. I'm just absolutely buzzing for the fact that it's finally going to be announced. I've kind of so bail out by Crimble. I've been waiting for this all week. I think we needed to get this done quicker so that we can get over the shock of losing Postecoglou. I'm glad that our owner has went out and got possibly the best man for the job, somebody that he knows that can come in and do it. But well, was he the best man for the job? I think when you look at the teams that other Enzo, in fact, he went to Leicester, so you know that says it all for me that he wasn't ready to make that jump. It all depends on who comes in with him. He'll hail from Belfast. Yeah, so just we'll do this on maybe a Monday night. If there is an announcement on Monday, we'll do a live on Monday night just to have a little bit of a party. Unless everyone's at Celtic Park and then nobody will be on YouTube, we might do it on Tuesday night. But if not, we're probably going to do it a couple of nights a week just to spice it up a bit and try and make the channel eat, sleep, repeat. Dermot went shopping. Eat, sleep, repeat. That's a cracker. Show that one again. Anyway, that's it from the news, the Celtic news. I'm going to check just live Celtic news if there's anything else. Yeah, Celts are here blog. They've just come up. Monday announcement set. Breaking news. Brendan Rodgers set to return confirmed on Monday. That's just all the other blogs that I've been looking at. Yeah. So on that note, that is it for this live. Hope you enjoyed this. They're going to go bust. They're going to go bust. Hi from Lurgan. Hi from the West of Ireland. Hi to County Armagh. So that's it. That's all the news that I've got around. There's 346 people on the live. Make sure you give it as many thumbs up as possible, and I'll give you a better announcement on when we're going to do the lives from now on. I might do the lives 3 nights a week. Still going to do the morning news videos, but just to give you that little bit more Celtic interaction. Kaiser, I'm going to get you on one of the live streams, bro. Monday's the day. Yeah, and we'll just get the channel being that little bit more interactive. Oh, and the big news is, so I did say this morning while we're sitting, I needed 69 subscribers to get to that 11,000 mark. And let's just double check. We'll do it live to see what the count is. Thank you so much to every single one that subscribed today, because we're now currently sitting at 11,010. You see that 11,010 subscribers. So thanks to everybody that subscribed today, getting us over that line. It's absolutely fantastic. Let's see how big we can get this, and it's great. It's absolutely great, and I'm totally buzzing for it. No can go get a drink. So on that note, have a great day, have a great night, Celtic fans all around the world. It's 8:30 here, but 7:30 back home. So yeah, have a great night, and let's wait for Monday and see what happens. Hail, hail.